Hey guys, right, we're back to another little daily drive, and I just did one earlier today, but today all I want you to do now, instead of just the driving part of it, which you'll probably hopefully see when we do it, we're going to join the dual carriageway. Hard to see. Sometimes what I do is I'll try and look in between the trees and stuff like that, so if I edged forward a bit too far I won't be able to see because of the trees. If I stay back a little bit further I can see before the trees, and there's no one behind me, so if I reverse back I'll show you an example. Right, there's no one there, so now I'm just going to come up to the junction and notice now as I'm coming up I can see a lot more here if I stay back, and if I go further and further forwards I start to see less. So you don't have to go all the way to the end sometimes if it's hard for you to see. Okay, so now once it's safe I'm going to join the dual carriage. I'm just going to wait for this car to go out, and then once it's safe we're going to join and off we go. See, my car goes over the center line, so because of that, that's the reason I was waiting for that vehicle to go past. If you are joining the dual carriageway and you are a bit straight on, you'll need 2 lanes to be clear. Okay, so that's that. Right, what I wanted to mention today is probably one of the most important things for your test day, and that is 4 tips that I generally give all my students, which I feel hopefully will help them just on the day of the test. Everything before that is all practice, all experience. You know the rules, you know what to do. Everything is led up to your test day, and now these final 4 little tips hopefully just kind of should be in the back of your mind, so that when you're doing the driving test it becomes a little bit easier. So number 1, you must drive according to yourself, your knowledge, what you know, and the rules and regulations. Do not think about the examiner's opinion. Very important. Okay, so what I mean by this is when you're driving, if you're waiting at a junction, if you feel like you're waiting for a long time, there should be a reason why you're waiting. You're not there hesitating, you're not there doing whatever, hopefully, and you are going to be taking those junctions according to your experience, your knowledge, and what you think is right and wrong. And you will only go and decide to go when it's safe to do so. What you mustn't do is, when you're waiting there for a little bit of time, is think, oh, what's the examiner thinking? He might be thinking or she might be thinking I'm waiting for too long, and so I'm hesitating, and then what that will do is make you jump out at the wrong time, or make a wrong decision. So drive for yourself. Drive according to what you think is right and wrong. If you know it's time to go, go. If you know it's time to wait, wait. Be decisive. It's so important. And what will happen then is, if you get it right, perfect, no worries at all. If you get it wrong, fine, that's life. We all make mistakes. You come back, you learn from it. But if you get it wrong because you were thinking about what the examiner was expecting you to do, and then you went and did it and it was wrong, you'll probably kick yourself. You'll be like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have gone at that moment. I only went because I thought the examiners were thinking I'm waiting too long. Forget about the examiner. They've got their own opinions, their judgments, whatever. You'll never know what they are thinking. I've had students who they've failed, and they've actually gone and passed the test because they thought what they did was a major fault. Examiner was like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. You know, it's just, you just trust me. Do not think about the examiner. Literally think that you're driving on your own. Okay, now there's this guy signaling. There might be a problem in front of them, or maybe not. There we go. All right, so that's rule number 1. Drive for yourself. Okay, number 2, ignore any mistakes that you think you have made. I'll say that again. Ignore any mistakes that you think you have made. Okay, so if you clip the curb, if you go through a light which seem to be red, whatever, so ignore that. If you think that, oh my god, that's a big fault, that's a big problem, just focus on driving. What's done is done. Now leave that decision to the examiner. You are not the examiner. Okay, they have a job and a role to play. Their role is to assess you, keep you guys both safe on the road if needed. Okay, your job is to drive as best as you can, get from A to B and back to A safely. That is all you have to do. What you do in between all of that, kind of just leave that to the examiner to deal with, whether it's right or wrong. if you start thinking about, oh my god, I clipped the curb, I might have failed the test, oh no, blah blah blah, you'll start pondering over it and you make a mistake further ahead on actually something legit. So trust me when I say ignore any mistakes you make on the driving test. Okay, your job is to drive, not to assess your drive that day. Okay, prior to your driving test, yeah, focus on all the mistakes you've made, learn from them, discuss them with your teacher, do what you need to do. But on the day of the test, you are just a driver. Okay, that's rule number 2. Number 3, if you need to fix your parking, your maneuvers, feel free to go back and forth, adjust them as much as you need to. Okay, it's not over until you literally say, right, I'm done, I need to I've had enough, or I'm finished, etc. So generally the examiners, once you finish your maneuver, your handbrake is up and everything, they'll ask you, okay, thank you, are you done? And that's when you sort of say, yes, I'm done, thank you. Or you pull up the handbrake if you're in a manual car, etc. and just say, thank you, I'm done. All right, but once you're in, let's say for example you're doing bay parking and you get it in and you feel like you're on the line, fine, go forwards without having to ask, without worrying too much. You're the driver, remember. Be confident about being the driver, in control. You safely move forwards, do your checks, go forwards, adjust it, come back, no problem at all. If again you feel that you need to adjust it, go forwards and back again. Okay, if you keep having to try, the examiners sometimes will tell you, okay, thank you, that's enough, you can't, I don't want you to try again, whatever, fine, that's fine, leave that alone. If they tell you don't go forwards after that, don't go forwards. But until then, you try and you fix it, you sort it out. Do not shy away from doing that. Do not leave it to chance that, oh, am I over the line, or am I really too close to the car, etc., whatever. Just fix it, make it better. One little tip though from that, let's take for example bay parking. If you are very close to one side of the bay but you are in the line, leave it alone. You are in is pass generally. Okay, so as long as you're not close to one vehicle which is parked next to you, and my advice would be then not to park next to a vehicle if possible anyway, because that just makes life a little bit harder. That's great signal from the car in front. But yeah, just keep that in mind. So fix your maneuvers if need to do so. Okay, feel free to do that and be confident in doing that. Number 4 and the final tip generally, which I'll give my students: if you are in the wrong lane to go anywhere, go according to the lane markings. So let's take for example, if I wanted to turn left at this junction, okay, have a look now, right? The markings here, there's a lane on the left over there. I should be in that if I want to turn left, but I'm now here, for example. I didn't realize the lane appeared. Now in my head I'm like, oh, I need to turn left, but I can't. Look at that car, actually, it's a perfect example. Car just turned up right next to us. This is a prime reason why you're not meant to then turn left from a middle lane. Okay, so then what you tell the examiner is, hey, I'm really sorry, I'm in the wrong lane, I need to go forwards. I can't turn right from here, obviously, I can't turn left, but I'm going to go forwards. That's all you need to say. That confidence will be shown to the examiner now, and they'll be comfortable in your decision. If you try and turn left from here, game over. Okay, so the route is not compulsory, but what you do with your lanes is very, very important. All right, so there's a prime example. It feels like this car was going to try and overtake me anyway, but you never know, they might turn left. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Go according to your lane markings. When you come up to roundabouts, for example, if you need to go straight ahead and if you need to go left and you're in the wrong lane, then there you go, I told you that guy would overtake me. If you need to go left, you should be in the left lane. If you accidentally made an error and you're in the middle lane, change the route, go straight ahead, second exit, tell the examiner, I'm so sorry, I'm in the wrong lane. Okay, so these are sort of the 4 simple tips I give all my students before a driving test, and hopefully they help you as well. I'm just looking at the bike. So number 1, make sure that you drive for yourself. Drive according to the rules that you know what are right and wrong. Confident, okay? Be decisive in your decisions. If you're going to wait confidently. If you're going to go confidently. There is no in between. 50-50 is a problem, okay? Same with gaps and decisions that you make. Number 2, I forgot what number 2 was now. Yeah, if you feel that you've made an error, ignore it. carry on. What's done is done. Number 3, if you need to fix your parking or your maneuvers, fix them, be confident about it. And number 4, if you're in the wrong lane according to the route, change the route. Okay, don't force a lane change, don't force a direction, be safe at all times. You know, routes can be changed by the examiners, they can be altered, they can be adjusted, and they can be made to fit the route that you end up taking. So don't worry about that, leave that to the examiner afterwards. So hopefully these tips help you. I find that they generally help my students, and I just wanted to kind of get that across. I've waffled a bit in between, so hopefully that little summary at the end helped. So yeah, good luck with your tests, and I'll speak to you guys soon, and hopefully see you in the next daily drive. Bye. Stop recording.